Okay.
So, fun story. Yeah, you're the first guest. I don't have a name for this yet. So if you want to come up with one for me.
It'll come to you, and I'll think of something. You know, I'm always in the team, Jasmine.
Thank you. You're a real smart guy. I trust you.
Eh.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Real talk though. Can we be real, right?
Yes.
I didn't know I was smart until I met stupid people, and
Mm.
then I was like, "This just makes sense to me." So I never thought I was a genius. I thought it made sense to everybody. And
Okay.
then as your world gets bigger, you know, you leave your house and you leave your school. I'm like, so y'all really like Trump? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I thought this was a joke. Or you'd be like, y'all really thought that? And then it's like, you realize that they're not smart, which sounds kind of like condescending. But you know, I thought I was average intelligence until I met some other people, and I was like, wow, I might be smart.
You know what? Like, okay, so smart is subjective. Let's just throw that out there first and foremost.
Yes. Oh, yes, for sure.
However, I will say, however, living in Atlanta and being a part of that breaking community, yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm
You're
a
right.
damn genius.
I wish I could say otherwise, but there have been some things that have been done. I'm just, yeah.
I'm
Ooh.
sitting there like I wouldn't have done it like that, but do you? You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there like I think I might be the smartest person in this room, and that means I'm in the wrong room.
All right. So, but let me ask you this: talking about people
Let's do
being
it.
out in Atlanta, yo, you've been out there, the whole panini. What has it been like for you? Ooh, for you, especially as a dad, from jump to now, what's that been like?
As far as like the Atlanta experience, or just overall.
Over both.
Okay, when I moved here like after Katrina. So we my now wife Dawnette and my best friend John, I moved here like $50. And
I'm
like
sorry.
I
Hold
didn't
on, hold on. No. Because I'm gonna have to break this up. I see. Nick.
yeah.
So I understand Katrina, but y'all
Yeah.
didn't. Y'all, did you guys come directly to Atlanta afterwards, or didn't you go somewhere else first?
No, I went to Delaware, my people's from.
I thought so.
And like we were the only people from like New Orleans that went to Delaware because it's Delaware. And so they like gave us an apartment, you know. We got we didn't really get money, but like we got a free apartment, food stamps, EBT, and they furnished the apartment for us, gave us clothes and stuff. But like we didn't get like thousands of dollars like everybody was getting from FEMA. But that is money though, you know what I mean? Like it's
No,
still,
it's still something. It's still something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we moved back to Louisiana, and it was super depressing, which it should be.
Mm.
And I'm active. I'm an active fighter against depression. So I'm like, this environment is depressing. I need to remove from this environment. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And then we went to go visit my friend Jason in Atlanta. And like he was like, because apartments in New Orleans was like $5,000 for a 2-bedroom because there were only like 6 apartments that weren't flooded. You see what I'm saying? So they were charging you dumb money. And we could visit him just for a vacation to kind of get away from all the gloom. And then I was like, yo, Atlanta's dope. 2 weeks later, we moved.
Hold on, because I know you might be subject to like doing some wild shit like that, but my good girl Donnette,
Yes.
she was down with the get down for all of this.
Well, I mean, she had all of this, and she didn't want to lose this. So, you know, she came with us because she was like, oh my God, this man is so fine. I can't leave this man. And she, you know, but no, I'm telling you, like it's hard to explain Katrina to somebody. Like, okay, imagine in the scenario, this is as easy as I can put it. You got your apartment and you got your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
All your stuff's everywhere. It's all comfortable. Everything's at. Okay. Imagine you leave for 2 weeks and someone else moves in and you come back in that house. It is no longer your house.
Wait.
You see what I'm saying? Because after Katrina, everything was so different. It was a totally different place
Mm-hmm.
because like it was just a war zone. You know what I mean? Like it was like a third world country out there, and it just wasn't home because all the people left and
Okay.
all the things weren't there. You know what I mean? So it was very easy to leave. Like if you had all your friends and y'all were doing y'all normal Friday night stuff, it'd be hard to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But there was literally like nothing there. All the bars were flooded. You know what I mean? All the clubs, all the restaurants, and it
Oh,
was a lot of depression. So
yeah.
we bounced. You know what I mean? Plus, Donette has moved around a lot, and I've moved around a lot as kids. So
Mm,
for us to move was like nothing.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Double Taurus. I just love sitting still, being at home. How? Help me, because my big goal is to get out of these states. But your attachment.
You just have to go. Like we went to go visit our friend, just we go visit somebody. Like if somewhere you want to go, just go visit it.
I've been
You know
doing
what I mean?
that. I've been doing that.
But like don't visit it like a tourist. Like go to where like the residential area is.
Oh, so I forgot because I didn't really put it on social media or anything. I spent like a month and a half on the East Coast earlier in the year, just checking it out, just so I could live like a tourist. Because
Wait,
Vegas,
wait, wait. How East Coast? Like where was you at? Like Jersey or
I
like
was in New York and
Florida?
Philly.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I got people out there. You should
I
have
was out
told
by
me.
your peoples in Delaware.
I got people out there, yo.
Tell them to talk to me.
I enjoy Philadelphia. It's dope.
I do too. I actually am going to start going back out there more for business, but that's something to come later. Um,
It's
no,
like
I
super
was ready
cold out
to
there,
move.
right?
Hmm?
It's super cold out there though.
That's the reason why I didn't want.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do it. I said, y'all, yeah, they had me. I was so close. I mean, looking up, where's the nearest hospital? If I move to this place, where's the nearest this? The grocery store. I was ready. I was ready. Taxes, all of that. And then I remember, oh, it gets cold.
We won a free trip to New York. Me and my friend Content, Content,
Yeah.
and but it was during like the winter time. But it was free, so like, yo, we going. And the cold was so insulting, so disrespectful. It was
That part.
so. It went in my shirt, ruffled it, stole my wallet, tossed me around,
Listen,
and just kicked me back.
I'm not made for it. Do you know what was the weather out there today?
Here, I think it was like in the lower 20s or 30s, and I was angry.
I'm sorry, Fahrenheit?
Yeah, it was like 24. Was it 24?
I can't believe I ever put up with such a thing.
It was yo, but Atlanta, like it's just cold in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it's normal temperatures.
Right.
But I go to work at like 6:30 in the morning. So I'm in there mad.
So first, I just gotta let you know, it was almost 70 degrees out here. It was a smooth 68.
Oh, I need to move.
Here. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. But I'm glad you said something about work because I actually wanted to ask you a question. I told you
Yes.
it's really just me asking my friends questions about life because I don't have all the answers and y'all do somewhat. Y'all look like you're holding it together at least.
Let's get it.
Work. How long have you been at your job? Roughly.
9 years.
Okay. I knew it was a long time in Jasmine years.
Yeah.
I've never lasted past 3. How do you do it, especially when you were dealing with people?
Mortgage. This mortgage is due. And I like nice stuff.
Yeah, but why? Okay, but you're a guy with so many interests. Why didn't you ever just be like, okay, I'm gonna go try something else?
Okay. I don't let my job define me. Like
Excellent.
everyone, like when they were a little kid, they're like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't know, happy, chilling,
Oh,
bunch
that's
of friends. I
mhm.
never was like I want to be an astronaut. Now I'm the astronaut kid, or I wanted to be a veterinarian. Now I'm the veterinarian kid. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, I just want to be an older version of me, kicking it with my friends and watching cartoons and like, and I was like, I just wanted a job that would afford me to be able to do that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So my job allows me to, I'm off on weekends. I get up for 5 o'clock. I can pick up my kid. I'm home every night. Um, I'm off on holidays. We don't have like Black Friday specials and stuff like that. So I'm not like there all night crazy.
Mhm.
And I have to tell myself that this allows me to do my hobbies.
Right.
And then once the hobby becomes a job, it is no longer a hobby and you hate it.
It's not fun anymore. I've learned that time and
It's
time
not.
again, and I got the knowledge, but not the wisdom because I still do the same things, and I got to get better about that.
No, some people, like, I'm not knocking it though. Like, some people are like, I want to woodcraft, and now you're the woodcrafter. That's all you do. Like, do that. That's fine. Like, that's your passion. Rock it.
I be into things. I do a lot of things for no reason. I just have time on my hands. I do.
I miss your yoga. With your yoga, I miss that.
Yo, okay. So I didn't know if people actually enjoyed it or not.
I watched them. I was at my desk. I couldn't do it with you, but I was there in spirit. Like, I was supporting you.
Yeah,
And
I need to know is that people actually like want me to do it. Otherwise, I just feel foolish showing up every day, and it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go now.
okay, like that's like the social media myth. Everyone's like, oh, this person did a video and they went viral when they blew up. If you go back through their history before they take them down, there's like hundreds and hundreds of videos
Oh, of
where
course.
they got like 5 views. And they take them all down and then repost them now that they got more followers. So like when everyone starts off, you only got like 10 or 10, 12 views, like everybody. But they tell you to take those down and then re-upload them once you get that one viral video.
I do not have a viral video because I barely be on social media. As
You gotta keep doing them, yo. And once you build your audience, you can re-upload some of the older ones and reuse some of the same content.
still, they're archived. They're archived, so I still have them. And you're absolutely right. I heard a quote earlier today. I think it was someone was quoting Kevin Hart saying something. I think that's a little tricky, but he basically he basically says something about like it's easier to keep the fire going than to reignite it. So like
Yes.
just keep putting this stuff out, and that's honestly one of my biggest things because I don't really like social media. Uh,
Uh,
there are good parts. There are good parts. There are bad parts, and I was just getting too trapped up in the traps of it, like the comparison,
yeah.
the whole getting lost in. I needed to step away to really kind of define my own things and what I wanted to do, and coming back in my own way now. And yeah,
It's different for like women on social media, so I get it. It can be a lot more um frustrating, I guess. You know what I mean? Because like I do my videos looking like this. You know what
that
I mean? Like,
reaction didn't say that for you.
say what?
That reaction didn't tell you right there.
Yeah, that's it. I know, like your appearance matters more. Like, because I look like this on all my videos. I don't shave. I don't do my hair. I just be funny, and people laugh, and that's it. No one's like, this guy's out of shape or he didn't shave. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if you're a woman, they'll be like, oh, her eyeshadow didn't match her lipstick, and I'm like, what?
It's things because yo, I'm funny as hell. I know me.
Yeah,
You hang out with
that's right.
you hang out with me, so yeah, I gotta be.
Yes.
But also, if I come on here looking like yo, just rolled out of bed, I'm like Beyonce. When I just woke up like this, you don't really want to see that as much. Um,
Yeah, that's another aspect to that level that like I might even begin to understand, but I know it exists. You know
it's
what I mean? So I get it.
I mean, I'm still not gonna do much. Like, I'll make sure I come on with a full set of eyebrows because I was born with like a quarter of each. But otherwise, yo,
Between you and Donette, I never knew eyebrows was like a thing. Like I never knew. Like I was ignorant to the eyebrows game. I guess I don't know.
I mean, I'm still not up there. It's some girls eating me up for lunch, dinner. Not breakfast. I got them early in the morning. But lunch, dinner, and snacks?
I don't even know. I'm like, I just assume people have them. I don't even know if I even look at them. I just assume you have them and keep moving. Like I never even knew it was so extensive. Yeah.
It's a thing because it makes up a part of your face. And you get, when you don't have them and you see everybody with them, yeah, it's a thing. Shout out to my girl, Donnette. Solidarity.
Yeah, she's in the room holding it down with the kid while I'm in here.
Okay, I was gonna ask if she was at home because I did want to say hi if she could pop in later on. But this is about you right now. She can have her
Okay, yeah.
later. She can have her own episode later. She got
There
things.
you go. She's got lots of stage. She's got a lot going on. She's doing big things. I'm so proud of her.
Listen, all right. You ready to get into the meat and potatoes of what I need to know from you?
Yeah, let's do it.
God damn, Nick. The relationship.
Oh God, man.
You already knew. Didn't I tell you, LOL? Little did he know. It was.
Yeah. Okay, like I have no problem imparting whatever wisdom I have, but like no one listens to me.
You said no one has what?
No one listens to me. Like they come to me and we'll spend 17 hours breaking it all down, and then I send them back into the world and nobody listens. So now I'm like, I don't know, homie, do you?
So I'm not even coming to you for advice in the sense of like what to do.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Honestly, and it's funny, I was telling someone recently, I was actually talking about you and Donnette, and I was like, yo, I absolutely love them. They're both cool as hell. Because yeah, I used to have a little bit of an inflated ego being from Vegas, maybe probably didn't help that. But y'all showed me that like being yourself is cool. Like even at this age, and like the fact that y'all had Alanis later in life, the fact that you guys did everything according to your own timeline, I
Yeah.
really admire that. And I just want to know, like, y'all have been through some stuff. I've heard stories. but okay, a couple of things. So like,
yeah.
how have you stayed together this long through all of those things? Because I'm sure there were days when you woke up, especially like you were just like, do I really want to do this? Do I still want to do this?
Okay. I can't speak for Donette. That's you got to talk to her on this because I don't know where she was at mentally before I met her.
The children behind.
No. Okay, but like I was one of those people that was when it came to like relationships and I didn't want ownership of somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like whatever you were doing before you met me, you keep doing that. Whatever your friends were, like you keep being that. Like I don't need you to be Mrs. Nick. Like you could be you and I'll be me, and then we just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think a lot of people miss that like that ownership aspect of relationships that I don't even know if they constantly think about it. You know, like you don't have to be my girl. You are a girl and we are together. Like you're not mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like once you're able to allow someone else to be them and then you can be you, then it's not like time goes like that. It don't even seem like it's been that long. Like sometimes I'll be together, I'll be like, it's been like what, 18 years? Wow. You know what I mean? 18 years? Yeah, we've been together for 18 years.
It is possible at our age. It's possible.
Yeah, it's just that it I don't know, like I just never had that ownership, and that makes it easier. Because mm-hmm. when she says stuff like, hey, I'm gonna hang out with my friends, I'm like, all right, bye. And a lot of guys are like, you let her go out to the club with her friends? I mean, I can't let her. She's an adult. You know what I mean? Or she'll hear it from me. You let him go out with his friends? Like,
you are your own individual with your own life to fulfill still as well. So yeah.
And without that extra layer of like stress and pressure,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it just makes it easier and smoother to get along with somebody. Because there's a lot of pettiness that I just don't have. You know what I mean? Like I just don't have it. So it just rolls off.
Have it.
Say what?
Huh?
I said I don't. Donut doesn't have it either. You know what I mean? But we're talking about me. So. And I think in relationships, people just need to stop taking everything so personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like, all right, if I stayed out a little bit later, it wasn't because I didn't want to come see you. Maybe me and my friends just having a dope time. Some people be like, "Oh, you didn't want to come home. She didn't want to see me, or why is she staying so late? Does she hate me?" It's not personal. Maybe that they was having a good time over there.
Yeah. And it
You know.
very timely that you say these things. I'm coming to I learn as I go because I don't be knowing nothing. I don't know nothing. I just learn as I go. But yeah, just realizing probably not even about me. And if I look at it, another thing, I think people highlight relationships and make it like such a big part of their life, like just that romantic relationship. And it's like, what about the rest of your day? What about the rest of you as a person, your other friends, your other relations? And I only say that I'm guilty of falling. I'm guilty of like, getting so lost in a relationship that I forget other people. And so it's learning from those mistakes, Nick. Some of us have issues called codependency that we went and got help for, but we didn't know at the time.
There was like it's what I would do. All right, I've always been breakdancing. We had practices every night, right? And I started dating Donette in the mid of like me coming up. Like I was like, I'm getting dope, and I met Donette because I was dope, but whatever. And I would I would still go to practice, even though I wanted to hang out with her and I wanted to just be in her face all the time. She worked at Starbucks, she was getting free coffee on the hookup, you know what I mean? So I wanted to just be there. But like, I was like, you know what? I still got to live my life and be an individual. And then she was in school, so it made it easier because she was always studying. Donette, she gonna be in them books. Some books coming for me, and I respect that.
Love my girl.
Yeah, like put the school first. I'm okay with that. And
For it. Respect her, please. Thank you.
yes, I tell people, man, like still do you. I know you want to be in their face and you just love, we so much love, we just station eyes all the time. I can't say like I didn't want to do that, but like at the same
Yeah.
time, I had other responsibilities. That was my life. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes I left early. I'll go home to her, but I still went. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I
You
think
gotta.
good. That's good. Yo, you still remember that you have to pour into yourself. But let me ask
Yes.
you, were you always like that with every relationship, even the ones before Donette?
There wasn't none. Okay.
I mean, if somebody else thought y'all was in a relationship, even though y'all weren't.
Okay. Okay. Honestly, okay. Relationships, I've only ever had three.
Okay.
I dated a girl in high school. I dated a girl in college, and then Donette. Um,
Mhm.
I was very peculiar about who I let in. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to kick it, we can just kick it. You know what I mean? I dated one girl one time because she had a Mitsubishi 3000 GT sports car, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna go out. I'm asking you out because I like your car." But in order for me to be like, "You're my girlfriend, and I'm gonna invest time in you, and you're gonna meet my mom and dad, you're gonna meet my friends," then the bar was up here.
What were your standards, may I ask? Because yeah, and we're friends. Obviously,
Yes.
a lot of people for some reason, I don't know if it's just later. I don't know, but I hear people like believing people of the opposite sex can't really be friends, especially if you're married or in a relationship. Because I'm single, you're married. A lot of people, whatever. But How did that kind of play out?
That's an issue of maturity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I grew up with a large family. All right, my cousins it's a bunch of us in the double digits, right? Um, the males were me, my brother, and I got one male cousin and about 15 female cousins. So for me to be a guy in a female environment and knowing how to exist as just a person and
Mm-hmm.
not a predator, I don't want to use predator, but um, as far as like the mating, hunting, I learned it very early. You know, like because my sister had friends and they all had friends, so it'd be like me and like 25 women just existing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's just my sister's friend who's not my friend. A lot of guys don't have that interaction at all. You know what I mean? So I know how to be someone's friend. You have to learn that. Even from female to female and male to male, you have
Yes,
to learn how to be a good
yeah,
friend.
you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
And if you only interact with females in a mating, courting kind of situation,
Mhm.
then that's how you act. You know what I mean? But I prefer to have female friends.
Mm. This is
Okay. Yo, like if any dude hears this and you don't have any female friends, you're missing the other half of the game because they will put you onto it.
really and truly.
If one of my female friends say, "Nah, Nick, I don't trust her," I don't trust her either. Now, your guy friend will keep her around because she got a big butt or she look good. She got other friends that they want to hit on. They'll be like, "Nah, man, she cool."
Mm-mm.
Your female friend will be like, "Nah, you need to let her go," and vice versa. If you have a male friend and he like that guy can kind of shady, you need to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I try to be that male friend because y'all will be that female friend for me. You see
True.
what I'm saying? But you have to, it's a maturity thing.
Okay. Okay. Let me see.
And
I wanted to take that somewhere else with it, and I cannot remember where because I actually was listening. That's
what's wrong with you?
in this day and age, don't know.
Yo, like what real weird tangent. This girl named Kristen used to work at the mall with me, and she was like my female friend. Like everyone thought we were dating. Like we'd always go to club, we'd dance on each other and stuff, and we would like she would like come over to my house and we'd hang out like all the time. But she was literally just my female friend, and everybody thought we was dating. She's the girl who introduced me to Dawnette. And if she wasn't my friend, I wouldn't have met Dawnette, and we wouldn't be where we are now. Yo, get you a female friend, guys.
Yeah, women are the world.
And they'll tell it to you straight. When she was like, "Yo, I got a friend and she's really cool," I was like, "All right, I believe it."
You know what? You're right. I should only trust the ladies because I've let some of my male friends try to hook me up before.
Also, you kind of got to be careful with some of your, I don't know, like some guy friends don't know what to look for in other dudes
Mm,
because I know dudes that like you're cool to me, but I've seen you treat your lady like trash. So then you're not cool to me.
right. Oh, you know how
You
it.
see what I'm saying? So they might be like, "Oh yeah, this dude's cool. He probably gives rides. You know, they probably go hunting and fishing together." But you got to observe him with women and how he acts. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird sometimes, and
Hmm.
it works opposite ways too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I know some girls that are super nice to their girlfriends and then aren't nice to their guys. So you got to observe them in different scenarios. You
Mm.
know, and then you got to be willing to cut someone off that has a behavior you don't like, even though it's not happening to you.
That is a thing. That is a thing. I'm gonna stick a pin in that one because that's a thing. I remember what I wanted to ask you.
Go
Um,
for it.
so you have both. Well, you have friends, all genders, all across the board. When you were dating, what were your standards to define like what separates your partner from your friend?
Okay, we getting real.
Mm-hmm.
Sexual attraction, yo, sex. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't be okay. Like this is gonna get real kind of.
Love it.
Uh,
I love
okay,
our last talks. Go for it.
I never really based who I liked sexually off of like how you look. We all got preferences. Yeah, if I could build a perfect person, it's how they look. But like it's a vibe. You ever been attracted to somebody who wasn't really attractive, but she was like, "Dang, I don't know why I like them, but I do like them." Like, I know you like a 6, but damn, you working at 6. You know what I mean? Like,
Like fish sometimes, yeah.
yeah, I believe it's a pheromone. And it's a, you know what I mean? Like, if you like somebody, you just like them.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah, because I done seen some girls that were like, it's Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you a 10, but I don't like it. You hot, but I don't like it. You know what I mean?
It's something.
So
It be something. You're right.
yeah, and I think as a friend, you connect on a different vibe than somebody you're attracted to sexually.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times people try to force that, and that's where you go wrong relationships. Sometimes that person just meant to be your friend. And sometimes that person just meant to be, the sneaky link or whatever y'all call it nowadays. I don't know what you call it. The jump off, whatever these kids call it. Like some people, you just meant to just like, y'all just hooked up one night and that was it. And that's all it was meant to be. Like you don't have to make it something because that person, I don't know what you call it, the glizzy or whatever. Like sometimes it's just meant to be, what it is. And like, that's what I've always recognized. And I tell people like, all because this guy might be the best sexual partner you've ever had, don't mean you got to force a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And all because this girl got that soul snatcher, whatever they call it, don't mean you got to force a relationship. Or vice versa. You know what I mean? All because y'all cool, but the intimacy is awkward, you don't have to date. Y'all can just be cool. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to force that. I think a lot of people are forcing that, and that's where relationships go wrong. That's just my
parts. It's got to be. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
you
right.
know what I mean?
Especially if you want something long last. Well, let me only speak for myself. For me, if I want something long lasting, I need all of that to snap, because otherwise, what I've been questioning lately with dating is what makes you different than a friend? Because I am intimate with my friends, not in a sexual way, but like we'll go out to eat, we'll talk, we'll do all the things that you do in a relationship. So what is different?
You got to have all of
for something long lasting.
That, you know what I mean? And I've only had 3 girlfriends because I'm putting you on this, I got this scale. And like, if you don't meet them all, then I will, can we curse?
Yeah, I've done it
okay.
times.
Okay, then I'll fuck with you how I'll fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're not girlfriend material, then I'm gonna be like, look, this is what I'm looking for. This is what you offering me. This is what I can offer you. We can do this or nothing. And you can't be afraid to let people go. Like some people are gonna be like, well, I don't want that. Oh, that's nothing. Well, bye, because it wasn't gonna work anyway.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it comes back down to maturity too. You gotta have that conversation. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I've never dated a girl that didn't have a car. I'm not driving everywhere, and I'm not picking you up all the time.
Please, for the love of everything, know what else is on this standard list. Please.
Yes, and thing is, like, some dudes would be like, I don't know, man, she fine, I go pick her up. But by the 50th time you done picked her up, you mad at her. But you dated her knowing she didn't have a car. That's your own fault. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Because you see shit, and people come to you for their relationship. How do you feel about potential?
Potential?
Mm-hmm. When people they have potential.
Nah, it's a shitty word, yo. Don't use it. It's a terrible word, man. No, it's a slippery slope, yo. It's a slippery slope. Okay. Potential financial. You mean like financial?
In whatever ways. What's a yes potential for you and what's a no potential for you?
Okay, like if you in school and you getting your grind on and then I see you hustling, then you don't have to have money now or financial security. You know what I mean? Because I know you're gonna have it later because you still grinding. But if you shitty, and I'm like, that was at one time they weren't shitty, that's not potential. You know what I mean? They'll be like, well, Valentine's Day, he was real nice. Or, oh, one Christmas, she did this. That's not potential. You can't be shitty 25 days and have a good day. And they be like, I see the good in them. Nah.
So what's the flip side of that? Because nowadays, just asking from this woman's perspective, it's a lot of us out here who we take care, we got our own. Like we've been sustaining and taking care of ourselves as we should because we're individuals, we're adults. That's cool if you want to. I don't really want to. If somebody wants to pay my bills, I'm not stopping them ever. In fact, I'm probably a lot more attracted to you because of it. But damn, see now I lost my question.
I understand that. I had a hard time grasping the financial part of it because, like, we don't hunt and gather no more.
Yeah.
It's not caveman times where I go hunt and feed my family. I'm the biggest, strongest guy. I come back with like 4 deer or whatever. So money takes the place of hunting.
Okay.
So I get what women be like, I want to do this guy money. You know what I mean? Because if it was caveman times, it'd be the dude that was hunting the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like it hasn't changed. We just changed hunting to job.
Because it's a sense of providing.
Yes. Now the only thing I have with that is if you out there grinding and then he thinks you're grinding too, and then you stop grinding. You see what I'm saying? But then you still want him to grind.
Yeah.
Now, if you like, look, I'm looking for somebody to be a stay-at-home mom, I want to do XYZ, and that dude goes cool, then that's cool. But you can't be in it 5 years later and be like, I'm done. You know what I mean? And then he's like, what, do I leave you now? Or you know, I think the communication aspect is where it goes wrong. Because I know a girl who's a stay-at-home mom and she handles her business. You know what I mean? Like she probably work more than I do at home. So you know, I'm not knocking that lifestyle, but her and her husband talked about it and they agreed to that. Mm-hmm. There were times where my mom wasn't working because it was 4 kids and she had to stay home and take care of them, but they agreed to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like if you spring it on somebody, like, then that's wrong.
I see that.
I also think that people stay together for way too long. Like when you see it's going on a bad path, no one's trying to fix it, you need to bail. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
That's I think some people, it was shitty 3 years ago. And now you're here 3 years later, I gave you my best years and you spent all my money. Well, you should have left when she started blowing all your money. Or you should have left when he started treating you bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's where I think it goes wrong. Because now instead of us being like, look, this ain't working, let's just go our separate ways. Now we hate each other. And then now you slashing tires and then you know, being petty.
See, I think that's where codependency and enmeshment like really tap in heavy, because if we're both individuals still, at no matter what point in the relationship, if we see it's not working, then it's really not working. We can say, yo, for both of us to live our happiest, best lives, this isn't it. But that enmeshment, you think you need that person to survive, to live, to be happy, to do whatever, all that bullshit. And it's just like, no. And this is, once again, only from lessons learned, because I had these tendencies from a childhood growing up translated over to relationships. Took a couple relationships. Now, granted, I don't do relationships really either, but that's just because I be doing my own thing. Just, I don't know what I be doing. If you look back in my life, I don't know. I'm sure there's pictures somewhere. I just be out here with no clothes.
Like what I feel like, this is just me talking to my friend, you need to start putting people in boxes and then taking them out when you need them. Ooh. Okay, like you're my go to the movies friends, and then I got you guys in this box, and you're only allowed this much access to me.
I do.
And then say what now?
I need to cut off more access in that way. I've been and I do put people in buckets or whatever, but like to that degree, I didn't even take it that like minute. Like, all right, you just get movies, man. You just.
That's it. Like when I want to go see one of these dumb Fast and the Furious movies where, you know, I like all these dumb action movies, I go get Brandon and Carnage and Kennedy, and we go in there and dumb action movies and everybody loves it. I wouldn't take Dawnette and Paula, and they're gonna hate it. But I just want them there. But they don't like that. So I don't want her to come. She's miserable. And I'm miserable because she's miserable. You're ruining this for me. I know she don't want to be there anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Isn't that dating is difficult? Trying to figure all this out.
It's not. If you define the parameter. A lot of people don't want to drive, and I always drive my relationships. Like I'm in the driver's seat. If you're gonna be my friend in my world, you're gonna act like this. Or you're gonna be in my world, and you've seen us cut people off. we phased some people out. You already know how we just kind of like we just don't call them no more. You know what I mean?
No,
I think more people.
I learned that from y'all. Somebody recently FedExed.
That's it. And someone asked me like, how can you just cut people off? I'm like, I don't know. I'm a Leo. I was born with it. I don't know.
I don't know what your sign was. A Leo. I'm not surprised at all.
100%. Oh, I dropped the phone.
At all. Wow.
Yeah. I didn't believe in none of that until I started reading it. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Oh, that's me. Oh, that's me for sure.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of human design?
No. I may know it by different names. So give me some more context.
No, it's known as human design. So I'm into astrology. You know, I've been reading people's charts and doing the things. But this includes more things than just astrology. It includes like I Ching, the Kabbalah, and then something else that I always forget. But it pulls from all these different things to like figure out what your design is. And there are like 5 different types. Every time I have somebody pull their stuff, it's super duper spot on. I would say look at it, or if you want to give me info later, I'll look it up for you and let you know what it is.
I'll dig into it. I'll be in my job looking on the internet all day long, so I look into it when I'm at work.
That's why I can stay there because I just be doing whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll look into it because like it kind of like you and like Lander kind of got me like y'all might be on to something. I'm not fully invested, but like I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I'll give you that.
She be deep in the woo-woos and the things. I forgot. I gotta talk to her. She knows.
Yeah.
She knows.
We've like cultivated a really good group of people now. Like, you know, through the dancing community, we had to weed out a lot of, you know, toxic. I hate saying that.
Let me ask, what's happened since I left?
Well, the people I said was shitty a long time ago, who they called me hating for, people found out they were shitty. So now I'm just gonna sit back like, what?
I've seen a lot of names thrown out there. I've seen a lot of names thrown out there for some madness. What's going on? Yo, okay, because I'm not super into it anymore, but still by affiliation, I guess, in the community. What the bleep is wrong with the breaking community?
Okay, I'm not as deep in it as I used to be. You know what I mean? I'm 43 now. My knees hurt right now. So I'm not as active in the scene, but like the internet is exposing people. You know what I mean? Because like before it was like you see somebody at a jam and everybody's on vacation mode. You know what I mean? They're just happy to be here, happy to see you. Oh my God, you guys are so cool. You know, everyone's in vacation mode, I call it, you know. And then you're like, well, let me follow you on social media. And you're like, whoa, you yikes. You know what I mean? Like I had somebody from a jam try to add me as a friend. And before I added them, I went to the whole page, like, all right, are they, you know, closet racist or homophobic or something? You know what I mean? You gotta screen these people. And like she wasn't, so I ended up adding her, and I was like, I'm so glad that you're cool. And she was like, same with you. I went through your whole Facebook, and I'm like, it's exposing people, man. And some of these people are terrible, man. Just
we know some in common since I was living out there. They've just been dropping names like flies.
Yo, and I think it's for the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times in not just breaking, but like we let talent get away with stuff. And I'm like, yo, it's just breaking. Like he can do an air flare. It doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Like
You get away with some of these legal things you're trying to get away with. Yeah.
yeah, like even when it comes to like the harassment or like not paying people. You know what I mean? Oh, well, that's cool. We got to hang out with such and such. No, pay me. You know
Exposure
what I mean?
nothing to me.
Yeah, like so. I think it's a good thing, man. That that it's you're hold to a standard than just your dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which wasn't a problem with me because most people I hang out with are pretty sound. So I was like, well, I still hang out with the same people. Like RFTA didn't have to drop nobody.
Yeah. Shout out
You
to
know what I mean?
yeah. Solid, the most solid crew out there, obviously, because
Yeah, we still got the same people rocking the same thing. You know what I mean? And then when everything blew up, ain't nobody nothing bad to say about us.
I
You know
appreciate
what I mean?
that. Honestly, the best, and I'm biased, I am, but truly the best crew out there. Y'all are my favorite people.
I say it that we're the best crew because even though we're not breaking, we all still hang out. Like I talk to Albatron like every day. I call Kane every day.
Aww.
You know what I mean? Me and Carnage just had coffee. You know what I mean? And like
I'm actually showing up and being out in the world again.
yeah, Carnage showed up. Like if you're not, like he was out hanging out, man. And like I see a lot of crews that y'all don't win jams, y'all break up, or you know what I mean?
Always friends first. Like
Like
yeah,
I'd have met their parents.
to the crew, but it's always been a friendship. I'm
Well,
happy
you've been to the Fanafong house. You can't be in the crew unless you go to the Fanafong house. And if Kenny, mom, and dad don't like you, you can't be in the crew.
I still have a pair of pants that never reappeared from there. Pants were just
Yo, those were wild days, yo. Them parties was crazy. Like I don't know what we was thinking.
Yeah, I'm sure I missed some of the best ones too, but that's all right. That's all
They
right.
had a rule one time where they was like, every time somebody show up, we're gonna shotgun a beer. And I was like, what? I'm here early. It's usually like
Yeah,
30, 40 people come to these things.
that sounds about right, actually. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Let me, happy to know everybody in the crew is doing good. Very blessed all y'all. Love y'all. Um, let's go ahead and sidestep to the main character,
okay, because I get sidetracked easily.
Alanis Jade.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna tell people about kids. And I was very adamant and I don't want no kids. I don't want no kids.
That's my first question. Give it to me.
I was like, I don't want no kids. I'm talking about birth control, condoms, whatever. I don't want no kids.
Because you were
Any
how
person.
old when she was born?
Say what?
Because you were how old when she was born?
I was 35.
Yeah, talk to
I was
me.
35. Okay. Don't have no kids if you ain't ready. And then if you never ready, then it's not meant for you.
What do you consider ready? Because some people say financially, some people say like, what do you consider ready?
I did not want to have a kid out of wedlock. I'm old fashioned when it came to that because where I grew up was a lot of single moms and single dads and broken homes. And I was like, you know what? If I'm having a kid, we're gonna have like I grew up with both my parents, like in the house the whole time I was in there. And like I see people who didn't, and our mentality is different.
Yeah.
Now they're still successful, they're still doing their thing, but we view the world differently. You know what I mean? And some of the things that they struggle with, I didn't struggle with.
Can we talk about that really quickly? Because I didn't grow up with that. So what is a struggle or something that you've seen different? Because I don't know the world from your view.
Like say like my dad and my mom have the same relationship that me and Donette have. You see what I'm saying? You can't teach someone how to be a wife or a father. You have to or a husband, you have to show them. So if you come from a single parent home, your dad can sit there every day and go, you gotta treat her right, you gotta treat her right. What the hell does that mean? But if I see my dad doing all this stuff for my mom every day, That's what that means.
Yo, when I tell you that's a standard for me. Because if I ever have kids, there's no way my kids are not going to see you like being considerate and treating me like I should be treated.
Yeah. Yes. You know what I mean? I feel bad for whatever dude trying to holler at Alanis because he got to live up to this.
Listen, listen,
You
listen.
know? And I was just like,
But also,
well, see, and then I also come from a different perspective too, because like my mom was like, if anybody in the family was having trouble, my mom was the one that would get your kids.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like at some point we had different people staying with us. You know what I mean? So my cousin came and stayed with us when she got pregnant, when she was like underage and she was a teen mom. You know what I mean? And she came and stayed with us for a little bit. So here I am, 13, helping her with her baby. You see what I'm saying? And then like my sister stayed with us with her kid. So here I am, 15, with a baby. And you know, my parents had to work. So like, Nick, you gotta watch the baby when your sister's at work. So I'm over here like, shit, this is hard. This ain't no fantasy. This ain't what they say on TV. This sucks. You know what I mean? Like, like, yo, somebody throwing up on you sucks. So I, from a young age, I was like, I don't want to do this by myself.
right. Ah, so you were willing to do it, just not by yourself.
Not by myself. So now I've always been like, it's gonna sound really fucked up though, but like when I would tell girls I don't want no kids, I don't want no kid with you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, like not everyone you date is who you're gonna marry.
Ooh-wee. Not everyone is parent material that you're gonna. Sometimes it's just for fun. Sometimes you just do the shits for the funs.
I dated this girl in high school, and because I was into sports before I got into dancing. Yeah, I went to basketball. I went to basketball camp and everything. I was into sports, and I dated this girl in high school because she played sports. At the time, I was like, I want a girl who plays sports. Yeah, so I dated someone who played sports. Now, I knew me and this girl wasn't going to go the distance. But at the time, that's what I needed. And I understood that. You know what I mean? And then when I went to college, I was like, hey, we should just break up. We can make it work. No, we can't. It's not long distance. That meant the last some high school shit.
So how long do you let that go when you realize that we're not going to be forever, but it's still good for now? Like it's still doing something for me now. When do you
the point
say, "All right, enough is"?
Okay, to the point where you're hurting the other person.
Oh, okay. Talk about it.
Okay, she was starting to make plans after high school, and I was like, "Hey, look, we got to talk." And let me tell you, it's not as easy as me saying, "Hey, I'm out." Like I ain't gonna lie, I was crying and I was upset, and I was like, "But you know, sometimes you got to do the hard work. It's your life." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the point where when I felt that she was like, she thinks this is gonna be more than it is. Now I'm lying to you, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So then I had to let her know what it was. And a lot of people are scared to have the hard conversation. And you know me, I'm not.
No, you're not. So is it an immediate like, yo, I know this ain't gonna be it. We gotta talk.
No, because I didn't want to ruin her high school experience. Like we still went to like dances and like we still did high school stuff. We had a good time.
After you told her that.
Before.
Okay.
And then there's that point in time, like when you're like a senior, where you're just kind of waiting for school to end. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing any real work. I was just hanging out until graduation. That's when I let her know. You know what I mean? And I was like, this is. And then the girl I did after that, I was going to raves and partying, and she was a raver chick, and we was on there having good times. And then she was going. I dated her for like a summer, and she was going back to college, and I was like, just go. Don't try to make it long distance. Like this was a summer romance. Let it be what it is. Don't ruin it. You know what I mean? But you have to define what it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people are like, what are we? I never asked that. I know what we are. We are this. you know, and
Put .net on the phone. I'm not talking to you no more.
I told you, yo, I be thinking about this shit, yo. Like I be deep with this stuff. I be
No,
thinking
and
about this stuff.
I'm the same. I'm thinking far in the future. If you tell me you want long term, I'm going to start thinking long term. And if you actually match up with what my long term is supposed to be,
Yes,
going.
like have the conversation. Like I've never been afraid to have like the communication, and and a lot of people talk, but they don't communicate.
Break that down for me real quick.
You know what I mean? Okay,
You just do a lot of this, but not a lot of this.
we're getting a road trip. Me, Alpha, Kennedy, everybody. Nashville's about 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk the whole way and not say a motherfucking thing.
Yeah, you're right.
And this last 30 minutes, me and you have said more in that 3-hour car ride.
It's what is being talked about. What is being
Yes. You can. I mean, I could talk all day about Dragon Ball Z and ramble on, just ramble on and ramble on.
Dragon Ball Z. You know I love anime. We could talk about that too.
Yeah. And and some things are just meant for surface conversations. You know what I mean? Like, but I will set you down and go, look, this is what I need. If you can't tell me, they can post. Like most of the people I've had relationships with, I'm still friends with. Like I don't have a lot of enemies.
That's good.
You know what I mean? I don't got no girl that hates me, no ex that's crazy, or like dudes looking for me. You know what I mean? Because I'll end that before it gets there. Most time they're crazy or they're stalking you because they felt wrong. Just
or they're just
they are crazy people. I'm not denying those people that are psycho, but like they feel wrong in their own mind.
Okay.
So I try not to wrong anybody. That's why I say I broke up with her when I felt that she was caring too much farther, like too much more than I did. Because at that point, I'm like, I don't want to be like, yeah, I'll call you when I get to college. No, I'm not. You know what I mean? So why? And then if I get to college and don't call her, she's extra mad because I alluded to doing that. And she planned her life to that. So I'd rather cancel that and just part as friends. And that's where I think people mess up at. I just said right there, oh, my soapbox is off. I'm done.
Yo, you said everything you needed to say. I didn't need to ask you for any specific advice because 1 + 1 = 2. It makes sense.
Oh, that's it, man. You just have to define like your life. And I think a lot of people let other people define their life.
Okay, so last thing, let me ask you about this discussion I've had with another friend recently. Heroes. How do you feel about looking up to other people and labeling, like modeling your life as other people versus living your life for you authentically and just doing what you do? Because I see how both are good for people.
Okay. I don't like to say you use people because it's been put a negative connotation, but we use people every day.
People.
Yes. So I have to take what I can from you, and I'm gonna put it to you. I'm gonna get real controversial for a second, like Bill Cosby. Okay, that man has done some terrible fucking things. He's also done some shitty things and some good things. But like, if Bill Cosby told me something that I needed to hear that I could use in my life, I wouldn't reject that piece of nugget of information because of everything you get over there. So yeah, you can have a hero, but that person's still a person, and you got to just take what you can from them. Like Michael Jordan's a whole asshole. Everyone says it. But if you listen to him talk about his work ethic, you could learn something. So is he my hero? Not really. But if you got something important to say, I'll use that for my life. And then whatever it's not, then we'll push that away. You know what I mean? And I think when people get too much into hero worship, is they worship the good and the bad.
Mm,
You
mm.
know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they'll make excuses for their bad.
Ah.
Cause like when the R. Kelly shit happened, I was like, yo, he can go to jail. He goes to jail immediately. They were like, well, what about these songs? I don't care. Uh, Yeah. Like, I don't care what song he made. He goes to jail. You know what I mean?
It does not matter what song. It's just a song. It's just a song.
Yeah.
I can let that song go.
He just go to jail immediately. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like you can't make excuses for the good. Just take the good you want out of there. Like I had a discussion the other day with my friend, and it was like on some breakdance and stuff, right? Like somebody tried to give him some advice, and he was like, "How you tell me how to do that? He can't even beat me." It doesn't mean he doesn't know.
Because not everyone has to be the master or the best of the best to know something. Because
Or
you know something from someone, and everyone it's a journey before you get to that masterhood. So you don't really know where anyone is, and also if it's valid, yo, listen.
there it is. I had someone say, "Oh, that person can't tell me about relationships. They're single." Yeah, but they probably have more relationship experiences than I do. I've been with one person for 18 years.
Mhm.
That person probably dated multiple people who knows the game more than me. So you're
Right.
asking me because like I'm married. I'm not saying I can't offer my perspective, but that person also has perspective too, even though they're single.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you can't discredit that person's information. And then you also can't 100% credit mine because I'm married. You know what I mean? So like when it comes like these heroes, just use them. I get a new hero every week.
Oh, listen, I absolutely love you and Donette. Love your relationship. Love the way that it's progressed because I think I met y'all in 2014.
Everyone assumes I met Donette here in Atlanta, but like we moved here together from Louisiana. Like I don't know why.
Yeah, I know y'all didn't, but I know the story, so that's
Yeah.
different. Um, but no, I love y'all. Love y'all relationship. Like
Oh,
literally
thank you.
probably modeled some of my relationship off of yours, and I have in the past. But
It's okay. This is a misconception I want to put out there.
what's up?
Like everyone thinks that like it's just like we just click and it's all easy. Like we work at this shit.
Real about it because 18 years, y'all are both cool as hell, but 18 years, talk to me.
We work at it.
Growth and different, y'all have been different people at different
Yes.
points throughout this relationship. How do you ride that ride with someone and they're someone different at a point when you're not changing, but they're changing? Like, how does all of that?
You have to nonstop, never stop. A lot of people just sit back on and just let kind of life just go. And then they'd be like, oh, it's kind of boring. We're in a rut and that kind of stuff. I'm never not guiding it somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I'm never not like, that's my wife. She'd be all right. No, let me try and find new ways to entertain her or new ways to keep us entertained because it's I want to be entertained too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Let me find new things to do with my kid. So like watching Frozen every day gets boring as shit. So let's go find new things to do. Like you have to make a conscious decision to keep it good.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I always say I'm always driving. You know what I mean? And that's not true because I'm a donut in charge of relationships. Sometimes I'm just in my own head and she gets me out of it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but you can't get comfortable.
It's
You know what I mean?
getting real comfortable real soon out here. They get real comfortable too soon sometimes.
Yeah. And I tell you what we did too. We never lost the respect. Like she don't talk to me crazy, and I don't talk to her crazy,
Right.
even we not seeing eye to eye. Like I don't never call her out of her name. She don't call me out of my name.
I don't even seem like the type.
Nah, there's always a level of respect, and sometimes you lose respect for people when you always around them, I guess, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like even with my friends, I don't let people get too comfortable with disrespecting me. You know what I mean?
My friends. But we're different.
I'm
Y'all be talking a lot of shit. I talk shit too, but y'all be talking shit about each other in a different way. So yeah, I'm not even going.
well, okay. You know how we are. If it's funny, it flies. If it's not funny, then it don't fly. You can say whatever you want about me if it's funny. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
but let me ask you this, because as someone who's like I've seen the reality of your relationship, but once again, only from an outside source. Y'all don't bring y'all mess outside. Like,
Hell no. Stay on Facebook.
thank you for it because my friends need to be classy. Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
but from someone who hasn't seen that, but also sees your relationship as a good thing, what, without going too deep into y'all details, what has that messy side looked like, and how have you like worked through that in the long term? Because it's different things at different times. And is there ever a limit of like, this is too much?
Okay. That's a lot of questions. I'm gonna start from the
Yeah,
beginning.
it is. My bad.
Okay. This is what I tell people too. You have to um oh God, I hate trigger words and keywords. Love language.
I love the
Okay.
love languages.
You also have a anger language.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
my initial response when I get mad is to attack. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like you've never seen me really, really angry because it's you know how observant I am. I can say things that can hurt your feelings. I know I have that power. So I consciously like when we're fighting, I'll just be like, look, I gotta go. You know what I mean? And then her Donette likes to write her feelings down. And when we first started talking and she got mad at me about something, she wrote me just like big old like Aaliyah 4-page letter.
I know
And I'm
that.
like, I'm not reading this shit, you know what I mean? And I had to be like, well, this is the way that she's communicating, and I have to accept that.
So there was definite.
That's the maturity thing. Like some people don't talk when they're angry. I'm not the person to talk. Or if I'm angry, leave me alone.
Same. I don't, because I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna hurt you because it's real raw right now, and
That's
I
it.
take a breather to figure out how to tell you this so you're receptive to it.
I know you can probably hit somebody real deep. I know you can.
I
I know
can't.
you can probably. I know you can cut somebody real deep.
Yep,
You
because
know what
I'm
I'm
that
saying?
sweet, nice, kind person, but also I don't take shit. And I don't let people around me when they bring shit. So if I have to tell you something, it's because you really push me. And yeah, I'm like you, I observe. I'm going to hit where it hurts.
Oh, I'm gonna win.
Put me in that position, yo. Let's
Yeah.
have a good time.
Well, it's difficult when y'all live together, right? So,
As you
so,
know.
and she knows that when I have to get my own space, she don't call me, she don't chase behind me, she's not putting my phone up. She knows that when I come home, I'm gonna be like, look, this is how I was feeling, this is how you made me feel, yada yada. But you got to give me this time, and then I got to read this 4-page letter and give her the same respect that she
What's
gave
your
me.
sign?
Uh, her birthday, whatever.
Wait. The volume cut out. One more time. November
It's
what?
it's November 21st.
Okay. I think she's a Scorpio. That makes sense. She's my sister sign. I knew I loved her for
Yeah,
freaking love.
but like you have to be, and like some people yell, and that makes it hard.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's in that situation, and I'm like, well, look, man, if she yells her emotions, then you have to be the mature person to hear them. You can't yell back. If that's
Mm-hmm.
what she does, and you know that's how she communicates, I know it's tough when someone's yelling at you, but like if you're in it, then this is what we're in it for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I got lucky with someone. I got to read a letter or either a long text message. Now that's easy. You know what I mean? Like, don't it's not allowed. You've met her. She's so sweet.
She's not. She is the sweetest thing. My lord.
Yeah. But if and then I got another friend that like he blows up real big and then it's gone.
I've
But
seen.
not like in a harmful manner. Just I'm so mad now. And they punch a wall.
It's a big.
Yeah.
It's a big release, and then he's cool.
Yes. But if that's the person you're dating, you have to look at them like this is how you communicate. And I have learned to receive that, and vice versa. So when it's bad, we have our arguments.
Yeah.
It's not, I know what to expect. And you know what I mean? And I accepted that. So it's never that bad.
Okay.
And a lot of people, um, like you gotta be like, yo, that hurt me.
I had to do that for the first time today. I had to really not for the first time, excuse me, but lately I've been dating,
Yeah.
trying to get out here, see what the people are talking about. They ain't really talking about shit, but I'm trying
Yeah.
to get out here, see what they and like with this process and me being healed from places that I was in before and like after the therapy and doing all the things, it's just like, okay, we want things to change. I have to tell people when they upset me because my thing, because I'll do that, I know I need time. I used to be like, all right, I need time and I'm gonna take this time to like calm myself down because it's a wildfire if I don't. But
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but then with that time, I would always be like, oh, it's fine. It's not that bad. And I would like kind of suppress it for the sake of keeping peace.
Well,
Riot now.
okay. I don't talk when I'm angry.
Okay.
So if like say you did something great then, and I need time to process that, I'll make an excuse like, yo, I gotta go or something. I just leave.
I'll make a good excuse.
Yeah, I'll just leave.
I'll just tell you now.
And then I'll when I'm calm, I tell people don't talk when you're angry because no one's listening. Go back and be like, articulate like this is what you did. Now, as in the dating scene when I was dating, that lost a lot of people, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't like when you do that. Well, that's who I am. Bye. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to try to change you or change myself.
Right.
And I had to keep the mentality of, well, that was meant to be. It's easy for me to say that because it worked out for me. My life's great now. So I'm always like, well, glad I did leave that girl. You know what I mean? But as I
pause for the cause, because yo, that tapped right here. I don't think you understand how much I truly love y'all, but okay, continue.
well, see, but as I was going through it, like when I was where you were, I had like, dang, maybe I should have just tried a little harder or whatever.
Yeah. So what did
Nah,
it at? No, don't try harder.
nah, fuck that, bump that.
Shit. All right.
If someone is like, yo, what you did hurt me, and you can't accept that and like try to not hurt them, or you don't have to change for somebody, but listen to them and hear them, then you know what? Like that's y'all not made for each other. That's it. You know what I mean? And like, okay, I'm not like the hottest guy. Okay, I'm average looking, but my personality is up there.
Smooth habanero.
You know, I know where I exist, and I've been talking to like girls that are out of my league because you know my dancing and things put me in places where I would have connection to these people.
The confidence overrode it. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm talking to this, and I'm like, this is just not, you know. And everybody's like, man, you didn't get that girl number. You ain't gonna call her. No, man. You know what I mean? Like, I like the way you look physically, but like, we're not meshing, so you gotta let that go. And some people don't let that go because he's so fine, girl. He got pretty eyes, and he got pretty hair. Yeah, but if you're shitty, you're shitty.
Let me ask you this, because here's my issue. I have an issue with settling, but that also plays into the whole always thinking the grass is greener. Because I know there's always going to be someone hotter than them, someone richer than them, someone this, that, the other than them. So when do you say, you know what, I'm not even looking for all that anymore. This is a person that I can be good with.
I mean, okay, it you have to always be open.
Okay.
Because okay, like if you have a job, you don't have time to go on interviews to get another job. Okay, so if you're entertaining this guy and you know it's only going to be what it's going to be, you're giving him too much time. Then you can't find nobody else. Like say you're over here with this guy at this dinner and y'all look miserable together. And I'm a guy who's interested in you. I see you looking miserable. I'm like, I gotta talk to her. She look miserable.
Yikes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're only miserable because this motherfucker in front of you is making you miserable. So why is he in front of you? Then if a guy who likes you sees you and you doing your thing, you looking happy, and you in your own environment, he's open to talk to you, then y'all can hit it off. But you so worried about this miserable guy giving you a miserable presentation to the world that nobody wants to talk to you. And then you go into the whole thing where I can't find nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because that dude is sucking all your energy. So that goes back to me putting you in a box. Like I'm in the comic books and nerd shit, and there are some comic book anime nerd girls and some that aren't. So I'm not gonna bring the girl who's not in the anime to the anime store, and now we both in there mad. Now I couldn't meet an anime girl at the anime store because a non-anime girl is fucking it up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You giving too much energy to the wrong people. And then you meet somebody who you want to meet, you have no energy for them.
Ooh. Wait, hold on, because that was a little gem I need to list. Let me put the lid back on this one. Hold on, because you said when you're too busy dealing with somebody that you're not meant to be dealing with, you're not going to have the energy for the person that you're meant to be dealing with.
100%. 100%. 100%. Because like if you meet somebody and this guy, you like this guy, he looks good, he dancing, he in the club having a good time, and you look over and him and some girls over there arguing, you gonna leave all that alone.
Absolutely.
You're gonna leave all that alone.
That's not attractive, no.
Not at all. You know what I mean? Or they always complain about, oh man, this my ex-girlfriend or this girl. You know what? You could just move. You could just go. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you giving too much energy to the wrong people, yo. And I think a lot of people do that because they think they gotta make this work. You don't have to.
So okay, for someone who may be in that situation or questioning, how would you say you can tell if you're forcing something or if you're just trying to get to learn this person?
If you have to ask me, then you need to leave them.
If you have to ask?
If you have to ask somebody else, then you need to go. They're the wrong person.
Damn.
When I met Dawnette, it didn't matter. It I knew. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I didn't need the confirmation from somebody else. I didn't need, hey, look, man, she does this, and you know what I mean? Like I knew, and only because I was in a situation where I was receptive. You know what I mean? I was open. I could receive the energy she was giving me and give it back. I didn't have any baggage from no relationship or no other girl I'm ducking in the club because she throwing bottles at me. Like I don't have any of that. So when I met her, it was just us. You know what I mean? It wasn't nobody else.
You know me, I love to get personal with the shits because that's how That's how people know it's real and whatnot. How much do I want to get into this? Okay. Dealing with someone who, for example, my
okay. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We're still cool. Yanni and I are still cool to the point where like we can message each other if we really wanted to, just to be like, how are you? Or like, if it's mostly through social media. So like if I were to see something sad, I would reach out. Or like if he's hitting new moves,
because you put him in this space and he exists in that space and y'all can function as long as y'all stay in that space. And if one person gets out of it, you put him back in it.
So how do you go about that with telling new partners that, yo, I'm still cool with my ex because I started dating someone and they are still cool with their ex-wife.
We we had to deal with that initially. I'm gonna
Really?
be out there in a second, okay?
Which
Okay.
is this that? Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, that was Alana's coming in. Okay, because when I met Donette, I was in a dance company, right? And it was me and like it's mainly
You always been out here.
women in dance companies. Yes, like you know what I mean. And I was like, I have a lot of female friends that I've known since high school. I got friends from high school still. I'm 43 years old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Class 96. So, and I was like, look, I've known this person for 10 years and I met you 2 weeks ago. If
Mm-hmm.
you can't deal with this, then like we can talk about it, or
Mm-hmm.
you have to go. And I stand by my friends no matter what. You know me. You know
But
what I mean?
did you extend that same thing for, was it a friend that was also an ex?
It wasn't okay. I've had a lot of casual sexual relationships,
Uh-huh.
like on a mature level. Like this is my friend, and then we've had sexual intimacy, but like we've never like this is not my girlfriend. We go on dates and then we hook up. But that's New Orleans culture. Nobody dates New Orleans. You know what I mean? Everybody gets drunk and parties.
It's like Vegas all over.
Yeah. Okay. So then you know what I'm saying. So but then you have to have the mature conversation with the person that's like, yo, I'm choosing to be with you. If I want them, I can just get them.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I'm stopping the multiple partners to be with you. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like you're actually hating on me right now. You know what I mean? Like
No, but you're getting to something different. You're talking about other people who are like trying to. My thing is just the ex because I have the ex. We're cool now. We don't talk every week. It's not a yo. Let's catch up monthly. We're hopping on Zoom or have you been? We're not doing all of that.
me and my ex are still cool. She's on my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
The girl I dated in high school.
That look like in real life. Do y'all talk?
Um, Not like we used to. Like I still kid her up. Like when her mom passed, I hit her up. And just because we're different people, not because of any type of outside
Right.
stimulus. Like she had a husband. I've met him. I met her kid. You know what I mean? Um, it also shows through your actions.
Mm, mm,
So
okay.
you know what I mean? Like I'll go hang out with like a female friend now, and Darnette's not worried about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It always through your actions. And some people have past trauma that they got to stop bringing to new relationships. So
Mm.
if that person's like, well, my last girlfriend, well, then go deal with her. I don't need that.
Yo, message to self. It's and not in a sense of like I'm perpetuating and violating people with that shit, but just like it's stuff I've had to learn. It's just like, yes, it's the past and it's trauma, but if you're going to go into something new at some point, you have to let that go. You cannot drag that into the new, otherwise you're tainting it already.
I'm really big on like processing.
Heal your shit. Take
Yeah, like
time to heal your shit before you bring it to me. Yo,
and like do whatever you got to do. Like if you got to go in the mountains and climb a mountain and sit on the ice for 3 days in the snow to get your mind right, like do the shit.
goodbye.
Yeah, like take care of your own mental. If you gotta lock yourself, there are days where I just shut down because I'm real social, and I'll just like sit in a room and listen to music and just cut everything out. So
Okay.
then whenever I recharge, so then you see me again, we all hey, next time was in a good mood. When I'm at the house, like if you ask my roommates, I'm in my room sometimes,
Mm,
just sitting there recharging. You know what
okay.
I mean? And processing things that's going on. Like process your trauma, people. I don't think you need therapy because therapy isn't just sitting in a chair talking to somebody.
It's not. And this is
You know
coming
what I mean?
from someone who sat in a chair for years talking to somebody. It's not just that.
It's not just that, you know what I mean? Call your grandma,
Call your
you know
people.
what I mean?
Call
Call your parents, call your
people
auntie,
that
you know what
actually
I
do
mean?
care about you.
Yeah, shit, go climb Stone Mountain by yourself one morning and just look at the shit, you know what I mean? And just do whatever you got to do, and then
Mm.
don't expect someone else to heal your trauma.
I know that's. Oh, I know
I
that's.
tell you what, I will not take that responsibility on. Like I don't want that. And I've had people. It's gonna sound real fucked up, but like I've had people tell me some stuff, like personal, intimate stuff, and I was like, yo, I can't handle that.
Really?
So, yo, yes, I've told people like I'm not gonna put their business out there, but I'm like, I can't handle that. Stop, stop. I don't need to know this. You know, I can't handle any more of of that trauma or that energy. I can't handle it. You know what I mean? So you got to set your boundaries,
Work. Yeah, I do.
yo. Yeah. And if some person you're like some man dude you're dating is trying to unload it on you, yo, I don't need that. I can't handle that. Keep that. Bye. You know. And when you process all that, I'll be here. You know.
And that used
And
to be my problem. That used to be my problem. But we live and we learn. We learn that two individuals both responsible for carrying our own loads. You gotta do your own thing too. We just bring it.
I know, and people always get like, oh, that's just so you would abandon them. I'm not abandoning nobody. First of all, I don't know you well enough to help you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, you gotta be stopped. People come to you. People come
and,
to you.
and I, and I will help who I can. Like, I don't mind sitting here talking to people, and I enjoy this conversation because it actually gets my mind right. Like helping, like talking through this is organizing how my thoughts are.
Mm.
But if I can't help you, then I can't help you. And some people try to put a lot of stuff on you that you don't want to carry. And you try to carry that and it brings you down. Like, you know what I mean? And like even with the COVID thing, everyone was going through like this depression with the COVID thing.
Yeah,
And they, I'm like, yo, me too. So you gotta hold your own weight for right now.
that part right there, actually, that part right, people gotta, and I'm very big on that because I have my own mental health things. I deal
Yes.
with anxiety mostly, sometimes depression. I also have PMDD. It's a whole hormonal thing that comes into play. But what I'm always adamant about telling partners is yes, I'm happy you're here to support and I'm thankful for that. But at the end of the day, what would it look like if you weren't here? I need to be able to handle myself to a degree, whether you're here or not. Because even if it's not a we break up, what if it's old age and you just passed away? Whatever.
Yes.
I'm responsible for me. And it's not fair to place that all on one individual human who has had their own life up until people get so lost in the fact that like this person is more than just your partner. They hold other titles. They've had a life before that. You cannot just place all your stuff on them. Go get a therapist. Go get someone who is asking you to place it on them. If that's but
Yes. And then you get mad at them when they can't carry it. You know what I mean? Like that makes no sense. Like you can't be like, here's all this baggage. You have your own. Now you can't hold mine. Now I'm mad at you. And you know what I mean? That will sour a relationship so fast. So
learned it
fast.
the hard way. Learned it the hard way, unfortunately. A lot of I would dare say 90% of the things I've learned and that I know to put into practice today is from doing it wrong before. And so, yeah, like super apologetic. We were all growing and learning and whatnot in all these phases with the
Yeah.
people who felt that way. But it was never yours to hold. And I had to learn that because I'm not about to hold nobody's either. I'm like you.
No. We got this saying that me and my friends have been doing. We've been saying it in the class with a lot of people. It's like, that's some you shit.
Sure is. This sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, like that's you shit. Like, and there's nothing wrong with okay. And I have been called an asshole in certain circles by certain people because of like, people like me and you who are in their faces and you don't like people in your face, I'm an asshole to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if I gotta be an asshole to you for my mental health, then that's what it is. I'm an asshole. Run it. You know what I mean?
Go ahead
If
and
I
go ahead and put Donda on because I just turned into Kanye at this point.
yeah, if I'm like, yo, you're crossing my boundary and I don't like it, and then you call me an asshole for that, then that's well.
Okay, this is still my life to live, and that's just your perspective. And I had to learn that. Ooh, the girl was such a pushover. Had to learn it.
Oh no, no. Well, I've also had like, okay, I'm not gonna name no names, but I've been around a lot of failed relationships that I've seen, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Oh, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned. I'm a observational learner, and I learned not like the hard way. I watched other people go through the shit, and growing up in the hood, it's nothing but bad relationships all around you. So,
We're gonna do a part 2 to this on the Black community, but yeah.
Oh well, oh yeah, I'm down for that. Whatever.
Actually, we are gonna do a part 2 because I did want to ask you about being, a Black father, especially in Atlanta, especially as someone who is old enough to see what's going on and who has lived a life to know that that is the city of Freaknik. So yeah, we gonna chit chat. Because you're raising a very, very, very smart, articulate, like passionate, funny child, like daughter, and
she roasted me the other day, and I got so mad. I was proud, but I
yeah,
was mad.
as you
Like,
should be. You should be proud.
she roasted me. Oh, it hurt though.
I'm good too.
But you can't win because I can't roast a 7-year-old back. I don't get a W for that.
Lightly.
Can I? All right. Well, then you said it was cool. I'm gonna do it.
My nieces, there's no fair game. Don't say anything to TT because I'm about to eat you up.
Yeah, I could do a whole 3 days worth of material on kids, man. I'm real big into like raising kids.
Can we please do a part 2 and soon, because I've fallen really heavy into the positive parenting rabbit hole, even though I don't have no kids. I have nieces. And
Yeah.
it's just, generational curses and whatnot. It's stuff we got to fix. And I know your parents don't know it all, so let me help you out a little bit.
Yeah, because that's the whole, generational curses is the whole thing. Yeah. And not everything is like, it's a curse now that we look back on it. And some things that like they did because they had to. The world was a lot harsher place back then.
Yeah, so, I'm realizing that. Our parents, we're privileged. A lot of us,
we are.
Our parents didn't do this, that, and that. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have the know-how. They didn't have people telling them. They didn't have social media or the news or whatever saying this was even an option. So they didn't know. And being Black, you just prayed away.
Well, yeah. And then, okay, like if your great grandparents would have raised their kids like we raised our kids, they'd have been too soft for that world. You see what I'm saying? So I don't look back with like the whole like, well, why did you do this? Because the world was gonna fuck you over worse, and they had to get you ready for what's out there. And so some of it was to get you to survive in that world. Like, I talked to my grandma about when she was growing up, and she seen like Black people in cages. You see what I'm saying? So she couldn't be soft like soft like we are. She couldn't be as trusting as we are. You know what I mean? So
from that, how do you think that's kind of been passed down overall to Black women? Because I see Dawnette as one of the sweetest things, but I also know she is strong as hell. And that doesn't come from just always wanting to be strong, but often being placed in a position. And isn't she like the oldest?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's oftentimes being placed in some type of a role where you have to perform to a certain level.
And that's the misconception they always be about like the strong Black man and the strong Black woman. I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired.
I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired. I'm strong because I've had to be, not because I've wanted to be.
Yeah, I want to break down in the world to coddle me, and I want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be like, I want to take 6 months off and go backpack through Europe and don't got to worry about bills and shit. Like I want to.
I want to know what Bulgaria is like. Maybe
Yeah, I want to go find myself on this journey. I want to do that.
I want to pray and love myself through the world as well.
Yes. So y'all like, oh, he's strong. He's in there hold it down. Well, because no one else is gonna hold it down.
Who else is gonna do it?
Nobody.
Okay, and see that goes back to dating as a Black woman. When you have become so used to having to hold shit down, what are y'all bringing to the table at this point?
That's the hot button right there. Is what you bring to the table topic.
Yeah.
You know,
and I'm not saying it has to be one thing because some people may want finances, some people want emotional, but it's just like, yo, and this is a thing for women who are around this age who have a job or a career, like they have their stuff together. Because I know so many women like this that are single or, you know, dating and they're doing all these things, but it's just like, what are we looking for at this point?
This is where it's going to get real controversial. I might lose you on this one, and you can check on my throat if you want to. Okay, if you're in the breadwinner position, mm-hmm. you might have to date somebody else who's not a breadwinner.
I struggle with that.
And a lot of dudes, though, be like, I don't want to make more money than me. And that causes friction because a lot of women are making more money.
And okay, so not even that, but if I'm the breadwinner in this sense, which is where that was a traditional male role,
yeah.
Like, what are you providing at that point if I am out here doing that?
Well, okay, that's where the dynamics of relationships are in a fluctuation. And I don't think that's where a lot of the relationships is harder now. Mm-hmm. Because before, as a man, you provided security and finances. So you grew up going, I'm a man, I'm gonna secure my family and make finances for my family. That's what my dad did, my grandfather did. That's what a man does. This woman's like, well, I don't need that. What else you got? You like, well, my whole life, this is what I was taught to have, and I'm really good at it. But now you don't want it. I have to find something else. What else do you want? And then you're going, I don't know what you got. He's going, well, what do you want? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
So what's the answer?
You got to have an honest communication. Then that woman's not for you. And then that man's not for you. Mm. If you're a traditional man, you got to find a traditional woman. If you're a non-traditional woman, you got to find a non-traditional man. And that definition has changed.
It has, because I'm accustomed to being not necessarily the breadwinner, but being able to care for myself to a degree, right? So now dating, it's like, yeah, you can pay all the bills, but I don't need you to.
Okay, that's where I'm at too. When like women will be like, well, I bring you home bacon. I cook better than most people I know, and I fold my clothes the way I want them fold, and I clean my own stuff. So what else you got?
I know you can cook your ass off. I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's it for me, because mama don't really be cooking like that. So you have to bring other qualities.
So then you need to find a non-traditional man. But a lot of women, I'm not saying all, don't come after me, don't like the non-traditional man because they're less alpha males. You know what I mean? I'm not the most like burliest of dudes. You know what I mean? So if you want a big burly dude, he's probably not going to be at home cooking and cleaning. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So you have to define now what is manly.
Is it
you know what I mean?
Or is it just what do you want? What do you need in a partner is what I'm realizing at this point.
Yes. Do you want the big, strong, burly, like fight somebody dude? He's probably not going to be at home starching the pants. You know what I mean? He's probably not going to be at home folding laundry and cooking. I'm not saying that they're not, you know what I mean? He's probably going to want a woman who does a more feminine role. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to do that, then you're in a situation where what you're asking for is a unicorn. I want a big burly MMA guy who also
likes to bake cookies and
bake and crochet. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You're asking for a unicorn, and then I'm not saying you can't find it, but you're going to have to look a whole lot harder.
rare. It's a little rare. It's a little rare.
No, in our relationship, we just go by whoever does whatever best. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy cooking more. Not that she can't cook. I love it. So I do most of the cooking. I will not fold a towel or pants. I will walk out wrinkly every day. So Donette does most of the laundry.
Nicholas.
Yo, I'm the guy that throws the stuff on the back of the chair and rummages through the clothes. So she does that. We pick up the weakness and the strengths, and I think that's where more people need to be, is get rid of the gender roles in your mind, not
And get
you know what I
balance.
mean?
No, and get balance.
Yeah.
Some people, like you said, cater to more of the traditional feminine roles. Some people cater to more of the traditional masculine roles, excuse me.
Yes.
And so for me, example, I cater to the masculine role. I love being able to say, yeah, I went out and I made a lot of fucking money today. Point blank.
Yes, and I actually know dudes who be like, I don't want to make more money than me, and I'm like, what?
Here's the thing, though. I would love a man who makes more than me, because though I'm capable and I am ambitious and I'm driven and I'm like that, at the same damn time, I get fucking tired. I would like to rely on somebody else to do the shit too. I do it because I do it because I have to.
Hey, dude's the same way. I fucking hate working. Okay.
I know y'all do, but still, once again, playing into those traditional roles. If you're not bringing nothing else, if this is going back to what you said, you got to go to work, my guy.
Okay, but then if he does the traditional masculine stuff, then you're gonna have to be in there, put some pots together, and going to PTA meetings and stuff like that.
That's a lot of kids,
but Trick Daddy, best concert ever. Okay, that's sidebar. We'll go back to that.
Mayonnaise sandwich, but I digress.
Okay, we're both saying the same thing. It's like open, honest communication. But a lot of people aren't wanting to have open, honest communication because you could potentially lose that person. But they're not for you anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. If what I have to say that I believe, makes you not want me, then you don't want me. You know what I mean? Like you bought into the presentation I gave. But if who I am inside, I say this and you don't like it, then you don't like me. And if you don't like me, then I don't want to be with you. And then you just bounce. Now you may have to bounce 15, 20, 30 times, and you're gonna be tired of bouncing. But I mean, it's your life, and your end game is what your goal is.
Let me ask you this. Have you always had like a long-term goal, a 5-year, 10-year, whatever your plan?
Not like structured out. I keep a lot of stuff up here. I always got plans going up here. There's no set structure because I think life is fluid. You know what I mean? Like if you I can't remember where I heard it from, but I heard it when I was a kid. It goes like, the best laid plans never get you laid the way you plan.
Okay.
And I know people who get upset because it didn't fit their schedule. Not that it's wrong, but you wanted to be married by 24 and I hit 24 and you're not married, now you're upset.
Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Where you might get married at 25. But now you're upset because you can do it at 24 and that was your plan. Or, you know what I mean? I was supposed to go to France next year. Well, go to next year after that. Readjust your plans.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I have like goals. I want a house. I want to get married. Have a kid. But it wasn't like I got to have it now. I had a kid when I was 35 because our life just wasn't conducive to having a kid in that area. So I waited, and then we did it later. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, I'm 32 with no kids. So I don't lay hard concrete plans, especially with B-boys. He was always late everywhere. So
No.
yeah, I didn't have a plan like a person who plans does,
Uh-huh.
but I had goals,
Okay.
and as long as I reached them, that's fine.
Mm. Do you have any goals right now that you're going towards?
Um, right now, I just really want to travel
Where are we going?
everywhere,
No, because
and
we've
I
been
mean,
doing this for a while that we were supposed to be doing some kind of a trips.
well, I can't leave all that. She got school. She's got school. What you want me to do? I can't go without my lady.
She good now.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get back into my adventure planning, you know what I mean, and go on places. I still haven't been to Vegas like ever. So that's gonna happen. Yeah, I said it here now out loud. I want to see the Grand Canyon, and I'm gonna find your phone.
I still have a phone lost
Yeah,
down there.
man,
Yeah.
we're gonna find it.
Come through. Weren't y'all over? No, Donette was over this way with Alanis, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's her
That's
dad.
another thing, yo. Let your partner travel with their people and their friends and go see their family. Like, don't lock them into like we got to do everything together. I hate that mentality.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
I like
if
doing
they
it
don't want to,
if it's travel because travel is a huge thing for me. Yeah, I want to go on a trips. Now we don't have to do everything together while we're on a trip. You can, if you and your friends want to go to a battle or a jam or whatever, like yo, go do that shit. I'm gonna go look at some museums or whatever. But
yes, like have that free. Like, don't take it personal. Everyone, it's so everything's so personal. Like, we used to do cruises every year.
yeah,
Me and Donut. And I might not see her for like 6 hours. She's laying there getting a massage, and she's on the deck. I'm over there playing golf, and I might, you good? Check in. You good? All right, cool. I'm gonna be in
we
the
go back to
casino.
our thing. Yeah. So in that
Yes,
sense, I don't need us to be together for the full time. But yeah, because travel is so big for me. If you're going somewhere, I probably want to go unless I've been there a few times. Or I'm
it
busy.
all depends on the space that you have to occupy too. I'm real big about giving people space because like Donette will go out with her friends and be like, "Hey Nick, do you want to go?" And sometimes I do go. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? Just you and your friends just go.
Yeah, I'm
I
learning.
don't. Yeah, because I'm a guy in a female space, and I can blend in. You know what I mean? I know all our friends are all friends, but sometimes let the women have their space because that other female friend might not feel comfortable saying things around me, a male, in your space. So like, I'm okay with you having it. And sometimes going to the club isn't just a hookup. It's gonna go out with some other girls and have fun. So like most guys are like, he's gonna
Girls
hook up with some guy.
are tonight, so you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, like let them have their space. And we would go to jams together, and she would hang out with you the whole time, and I'd be over there in the corner with my friends the whole time.
Because that's my girl,
Yeah,
and we still interact with other people, but it's just like neither of us are really dancing here. We came to support and have a good time to get out the house, but
yeah. And I don't have to be in your face the whole time because that's my girl. I'm in your face. Like, go do your thing. Let people have their space and their time, and
yeah.
that's hard to do for people who've been traumatized in the past.
So speaking up for not all, but some of the traumatized shawties and guys, baddie, whatever, all the traumatized folks. Yeah, it's a big truth. It's a big truth because I will say my past relationship, as you can attest, I was always fucking around. I was always around. Not that it was bad because y'all like me and I like y'all. We were actually all cool and friends, but
Yeah,
I should have given more space for them to continue to live their life. But because I moved out there, I was like, oh, I have no one who let me latch on, but that wasn't healthy and it didn't allow them to continue to grow as their own person. Yeah.
yes, yes.
I had to learn a lot after that.
It was different. It was a weird situation though because like you didn't know anybody,
Yeah.
and that's a difference. Like as opposed to like this person knows everybody, and stepping into the dance world is like I tell people, like I could be in a room with 300 people that I know, the
Mm-hmm.
names of all 300 people. Like that's not normal for other people.
No. I don't know anymore.
You see what I'm saying? Like you don't know anybody who goes somewhere on a weekly basis and hang out with 200 people that they all know.
You're
Like even your bowling team is like 6 people.
you're right. It's a community. It's a very tight knit community. Even though it's
Yes.
so many people, it's a pocket of this, and you have to really be in it to really be in. Just like I don't think most people know that they have like their own little carnival out there. You have to be in the pocket.
Yes. Yes. I still discover new things in Atlanta all the time. Like
Listen,
I still find new stuff.
I miss it all. I do miss it. I do
It's
miss.
so dope. I don't live nowhere else.
So you're
I,
basically telling me to move back? Is that?
yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. It's I know so many new coffee shops and so many new food places. Oh
I
my God, it's
love a
so
good
dope.
coffee shop. Yo, after the holidays, like once January hits, I want to start picking back up with the traveling and whatnot. And I haven't been out there since the last time I saw y'all. A good
Yeah, it's a minute.
since before the pandemic. So I'm overdue to see some people, and yeah, I love a good coffee shop.
Yeah, Atlanta's it's a lot more people here. Holy shit, traffic's crazy.
That's the other. That is a little. It's good and it's bad. It's good, but also everybody wants to fucking. Everybody wants to.
But like it's bringing like the right. I don't know. It's a weird thing to say because like Georgia's got changed now. You know what I mean? They flipped Georgia. Stacey Abrams running again. Like it's not the same Georgia. You know what I mean? And like even Atlanta, like them cops got arrested when that shit went out down here. You know what I mean? We didn't have no riots.
Atlanta PD, we have a very
Cops are still cops. Don't get me wrong.
evolved
But
history.
yeah, yeah. But when you got a city full of black folks ready to riot, it changes some of your decisions sometimes. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
please do not please do not make us burn this city down again. Please,
Yes.
please.
And I tell you what, yo, like the non-black people out here are with it too. Like in the Atlanta area, they're like, yo, we don't play that here. Because
Listen,
if you live in Atlanta, you know black people. You can't not know a black person if you live in Atlanta.
right.
Like,
But everybody else too. Oh, Louse in the house. Oh, they
yeah.
here. Linux is this close. Linux is this close to seeing flames tonight. Any night is.
It used to be that nice mall. I don't know what happened. I've seen Jeezy in Linux before. It used to be a nice place. And now they're like, yo, don't go to Linux.
It's becoming the DeKalb Mall. It's
Yo,
giving a lot
for
of.
real.
It's giving a lot of Gwinnett Mall right now.
Like people going to Greenbrier to get away from Linux. Like it's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy.
Yo.
Greenbrier discount mall is jumping right now, yo. And South Lake and Morrow. To get away from Linux, it's crazy.
Right at 4. I'm done. It's a lot. Yo, Atlanta is a lawless city. If you're not in the right part, I tell everyone. Yo,
It's
if
a lot of opportunity to be made out here, though. Like it's a lot of opportunity.
that is one thing I will always give that city all the credit for. I never being from the West Coast and being so laid back and slow go and like I learned how to hustle.
It's
Just
hustle city out here.
people are on their shit because you have to be, but also people are inspired to be. I love that city because before moving there, I didn't see black people in those positions. I didn't see black dentists, black doctors,
No.
black
You
black.
look over and see like a some kind of fancy foreign car. It's probably some black people driving it.
And I fucking love it. And I don't care how
Yeah.
I don't care if you went to the office, if you went to the studio, if you went to the lash chair, like whatever, people are getting it and you can't help but to pick that up in
I'm
whatever
gonna
translate it.
I'm gonna tell you the thing that made me like really like fall in love with Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
is we was in this coffee shop. It was an Octane, and it
Ooh,
was like Octane at night. It's like a just like a little bar. People don't know. Yeah, okay, but for people who don't know, we was in there one night and we were just sitting there getting my coffee, and I was like, "Is this 3 6 Mafia they playing on the radio?"
oh, that's right.
And I was like, I'm in a kind of an upscale, nice coffee shop, and it's y'all playing 3-6 Mafia. You know what I mean?
You're in Atlanta though.
Yeah. And then I was
It's
this other little
Atlanta.
like cafe. I was this little cafe, and it was 2 white dudes behind the counter,
Mm-hmm.
me, and like I guess like a Hispanic couple over here. I remember this vividly, and they were playing Ice Cube unedited, and everybody was rapping along to it.
Just like,
Today was a good day. They were playing Today was a good day.
ah,
Unedited, yo, unedited.
yo.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I'm eating like a Reuben sandwich or something, you know what I mean? In like this deli, and I'm like, it's jumping in here. And like that's the thing. Like when you get outside Atlanta, you start hearing like Sarah McLachlan and you know.
That commercial still gets me every time. In the
I love her music. I'm not hating on it. Everybody know me. I love it.
Every
I
time
love it.
they show those little dogs and whatnot.
I like her music. I'm not hating on it, but like you don't hear Black music in like stores and restaurants.
You don't, or you're surprised when you do, because I'm hearing it now in the gentrified area, sure, but I'm hearing it a little bit. I hear a little SZA thrown in there every once in a while. Something.
Everything's getting more homogenized, and I think like the next, I don't know when the generations cut off, but these younger kids get it. They get it, man.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like I'm excited to see like you know, like where they're gonna go. Cause like these kids are like they're like even on TikTok, these white kids are like, no, mom, that's not true. You know what I mean? Like
check
they
your
get it.
people.
Yeah.
Be an ally if you're not willing to check those closest to you.
They are doing it now, yo. And I'm like, this is wow. We were in unprecedented times, man.
It's very interesting seeing, because once again, not a parent adjacent, because I got the auntie role going. So I see
Yeah.
what they're like going through. I have a 11-year-old niece. TikTok boys, yo, ruling her life right now. And it's just seeing, it's not those that are that young, but one of my homies that I met this year, I think he's 21. But the conversations we have every time we like meet up, he's so far ahead. He's so much where I was at 21. Even just handling himself, like with his mental, his emotional, standing up for himself, standing up against family, and just yo, this is exactly who I am, and you can't change it. I love that because I'm 100% a fan of authenticity.
I used to not like the TikTok because I was on the wrong end of it.
Not you actually being on here making videos and not liking it though.
Well, when I first came out, I was like, it's dumb. They're just doing like little dances and stuff. And I'm dancing, you know, but like I got on like not political TikTok, but I guess like racial equality TikTok kind of thread. And like they was saying some real stuff on there. And the one girl, it was just a white girl. She said it's made a video, and she was like, everything I heard about Black people was negative. She got on TikTok, and they were just dancing and talking about anime and cracking jokes and pulling pranks. And I'm like, well, you know, to some people, that's like, and she's like, everything my mom told me they were, I don't see it on TikTok. It's just, they're just regular people. You see what I'm saying?
It's wild to me that, I mean, I'm not, few things surprise me, but it's still wild to me the fact that you had to get on TikTok to see that Black people aren't this, that, and the other. Sometimes I forget that I don't know what it's like to grow up in another race household, so I'm not always.
We said it earlier. Some people don't have to be strong. So
you want me to flip the table, or
you see what I'm saying? You lived in they were nurtured in an environment where, you know what I mean? They didn't have to see the world like we have to, because it's dangerous if we don't. You see what I'm saying? So I had to learn that too. Like, what the fuck you mean? You didn't know, you know what I mean? But like, I had to like, there are things that you believe now that you only believe because your parents told you.
And that's 100% true. Ooh, the lessons of unlearning and
yes,
figuring out your own things. And then, ooh, for you, flipping that over to being a parent, making sure you're aware of the things you do and say around your child because
I talk to my parents like every day. Every day.
hey,
I talk to my parents every day. And at least once a week, I thank them. Quick story, real quick side story, because I want to mention this. On Amazon right now is a show called Wheel of Time.
uh-huh.
It was based on some books that I read in like '95 when I started reading.
Was it a series?
It's a series of books, like Game of Thrones type stuff. And my dad bought me that book. Because if you're a black kid want to read, they're gonna buy you a book. You know what I mean? And the show came out, and I called him like, "Yo, this is the show, the books that you bought me that like changed my whole life." You know what I mean? And he had no recollection of it because it wasn't a moment for him. It was just like he got 4 kids, but I wanted a book. We now watch that show together. He watches it now because he told me, I told him how important it was to me, and so now we watch that show. I call him every Friday. Yo, did you see it? You know what I mean? Like, and like we had those conversations, like, and so with my kid, I'm doing the same thing. You want a book? You want to watch this show? I'm watching it with you. We in here.
Yeah.
We'll share interests. Like if I call my dad up and go, "Yo, he's a ex Black Panther DJ who grew up doing like civil rights. He
First,
don't like
why have
fantasy
you never
medieval stuff."
introduced me to him? Very
Say what?
disrespectful. Why have you never introduced me to him? Very disrespectful. But go ahead.
You got like he's not into like the medieval fantasy nerd shit, but he watches it so we can have a common interest and we can talk about it. So with my kid, I try to do the same thing. Like I done seen all the Pinky Malinky. I done seen Peppa Pigs. You know what I mean? So when we can have this common interest we can talk about, and you got these parents who like don't talk to their kids, it's because you never took a common interest. She's 7. She's not gonna be what I'm into, so I have to be what she's into. I'm the adult. You know what I mean? And then and that's how you build that relationship and that bond and that connection and rapport. You know what I mean? Like we watching Avatar right now. And we watch it every night, 2 episodes, and we talk about it. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, when it comes to their kids, you just be like, I don't want to watch Peppa Pig. Yeah, I'm 43 years old. I don't want to watch it either. But like my kid wants to watch it. And you know what? It is kind of good. You have to do that.
Susie Sheep and I are like this because my niece, she loves Peppa Pig. I know Susie Sheep, Danny the dog, all of them. And also, once, like you said, you have to take interest. I just started a book club with my older niece this week. I don't care about Nancy Drew and what she going through. I don't. I probably already knew who did it in the first couple of chapters, but this is how she and I connect as niece and aunt. Because I'm an adult and you're there for all the events, but what is it that makes our connection a little bit different? We're the only ones with a book club because you're into this. I want you to be into the other stuff. Like, go to school, get good grades, do all the things, but I'm gonna be remiss in what she's 11 now, in 5, 6, 7 years when it's like I don't know what you're into because I never stopped to take the time because it was only what I was going through.
And now we can't communicate.
You're a whole person. And I don't think a lot of people, unfortunately, at least not in my experience, they raise their child to be their own person, to have their own experiences and live their own life. A lot of people, unfortunately, it's like, extension of me versus your own person.
And you don't know what could create like that core memory. Like this book club thing in her could define her whole life.
Oh,
she could grow up want to be like that. She could grow up want to be an author and write books. And next thing you know, you're in a dedication. You know what I mean? And in your mind, you probably like 15 years from now, you probably forgot about it. I'm saying my dad bought me. There's 17 books in those, and he bought me like 6 of them, and don't even remember it. You see what I'm saying?
How it stood out for you.
Yeah, so the things that me and my daughter are doing right now, I probably forgot them already. But for her, that's a core memory. You know what I mean? And then you can also kind of like lead them certain ways. Like we'll watch Peppa Pig, and then I'll be like, you know what's really cool is Transformers, and then she'll be like, well, if you want to watch it, I'll watch it with you. Today we watching Transformers, and everybody's like, well, Nick, your kid just likes Transformers. I'm like, do you know how many episodes of Peppa Pig I sat through to watch Transformers? Like you got to put the work in. You know what I mean? Like
Ooh,
if you show them interest, they'll show you interest
you have to put the work in with your kids. I don't think people
every day.
realize that all the time because they think their kids have to just attune to what they have going on because they're the adult.
Oh, I hate this one. Well, you just got a good kid. I hate that. I hate that. What do you like? They all come out the same.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like my kid isn't smarter than your kid, but the information I put into my kid was more information you put into your kid. They all got this. They're all. I mean, unless you got some kind of physical or mental handicap. Like, if my kid runs every day, my kid's faster than your kid. If my kid reads every day, my kid can read better than your kid. She didn't come out the womb with a book in her hand.
No, she did not. I was there.
We still read stories every night.
Are you serious?
Every night.
Still do it?
Still. And sometimes she reads to me. You know what I mean? So, and then my kid today just got like a reading award at school.
Yeah, it's the way my girl ate up that Student of the Month award not long ago. Y'all better ask about her because she's going. I am personally, listen, Jasmine Little Kids, once again, honest, holds a very special place in my heart. And not only because I've known her for most of her life, but just seeing her and the type of child that y'all raised and her developing her own personality as well. But I'm so excited. I got nieces and, I'm excited where they're going too, but.
Well, everyone always be like, well, she speaks so well. And because I talk to her all the time.
Like a person. You talk to her like a person and you always have.
And I include her in conversations. Like, not one of those, like, I mean, there are times, hey, adults are talking. Mm-hmm. You guys still have your place. But we talk, not like I come home and, you know what I mean? Go to your room. Like, and a lot of people about this. And sometimes I don't want to hear it. But you know what? I got to give her daddy time. You know what I mean? Like, you ever just want to talk to your parents? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
you just want
the times they have the same feeling. You know what I mean? There are times I'm like, I just want to talk to my mommy. Yeah. She has the same thing, So you have to give them their time. And like, if you ask me about kids, I tell people off the rip, it sucks. It is the most repetitive and the most boring, but you got to do it. You know what I mean? And then once it sets in, the fun starts. You see what I'm saying? Because we can't read fun books if you can't read.
Shit together.
That's what I'm saying? We can't go places if you don't know how to act.
And mama likes to go places.
So I got to every day, this is how you act, this is how you act, this is how you act. So when we go places, it's fun. Now, the yelling, I done told you 1,000 times. Well, tell that motherfucker 1,001. Because that 1,001 time might keep him out my window.
Well.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to, and I tell people, man, be prepared to say and do the same things over and over and over again. But then when you see the payoff, it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because everyone's going to be like, Nick, how's being a parent? Man, it's tough. It sucks, dude. I'm tired.
Thank you for telling the reality because people act like it's not.
Yeah, you got nieces and nephews. You see them when they act bad. It's rough. I had her have a meltdown one time, and we was in Starbucks, and she got mad because she couldn't get something, and she took off running. And I'm holding my coffee trying to chase her, and I'm spilling the hot coffee all over my hands.
Not just spilling your coffee.
I had to put my coffee on a random shelf and catch her, and we had to have a whole conversation, and I couldn't find what shelf to put my coffee on. So I'm looking through the store like, yo, I can't see my coffee. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, but you got to parent right then. You know what I mean? Like it's not all smooth sailing, but now that's never happened again. You know
Mm.
what I mean? So you got to put the work in, yo, and then you get the results. I mean, it's not like it's a gamble. Like you get results if you put time into your kids. It's a guaranteed result.
Right. No,
You
I
know,
sounds absolutely correct. Can't
I
speak.
had to learn new math. I'm learning. I learned it too. You know, and I get that people are tired because you have to work more. Like our parents weren't working like we're working. You
Mhm.
know, but you had the kid, so do the work.
Yeah.
You know.
Make the work fun. If I've learned anything from it, make the work fun. Because y'all make it seem, yeah, I know you had these hard moments, baby girl going up in Starbucks and whatnot. Okay, acting like it's a Dunkin' Donuts, but nonetheless, yeah.
Yeah, because you know, on another tangent, perception is reality. You know what I mean? So when I was just sitting these lectures in college and they're all boring, you have to tell yourself this is fun and convince yourself it's fun and you can do it. And if you played that mental gymnastics, then it is.
I still struggle with that from time to time because they're just business business things. I do not want to deal with the legalities of running this stuff sometimes, and it's just the things you got to do and send help.
That's what I'm telling you. It's a mental thing, man. You got to be like, yo, this. I'm gonna watch. What show is she watching right now? Thunder something, some little Nickelodeon show. It's terrible, but I'm trying to find the fun in it, and the fun is that we're doing it together. And then even if we're making fun of it together, it's still fun. You know what I mean? So you gotta find the fun in things. Like no grown man wants to watch these shows or play with this, putty or whatever the kids are into now. What is it, poppets?
Yeah, no, the nieces have me in a chokehold with poppets for the holiday season.
Yeah, but you gotta get in there and pop them, and this is fun. you
They've
know,
talked me into a sleepover this upcoming week. I don't know what to do with these kids, but I'm gonna figure it out.
they still make s'mores. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we'll make brownies or something. I don't know what the kids. I wish I
Air
could.
fry something.
I don't think they'll let me. And just like that, my niece just texted me.
To get off of here. How long have we been talking?
It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. It's
Yeah,
been
I gotta get off of this thing. I got things to do.
bye.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, but thank you for hopping on. Like, I'm actually really happy. I haven't talked to you in forever. Usually I get you and Donnette as the power couple, but yo, you're my friend
She's
too.
putting Linus to bed right now. They're reading Harry Potter. So
We're reading that after we finish Nancy Drew. So I get it. I get it.
I don't get the appeal of it, but whatever. You
Bye.
can hang up on me now. Yeah.
Let you know. Yo, we're gonna do a part two because I just
Okay.
this. Tell Donnette that her time may soon come. I know her schedule is a little all over the place. I'm gonna plan something with her soon, but now I really like this. I want to talk to my friends because I picked y'all to be my friends for a reason, or y'all.
Aww.
And yo, sometimes y'all know I learn a lot from y'all. I learn from the people that I have around me. Unfortunately, I don't have you physically around. Otherwise, we go and get coffee tomorrow or something. But
Oh my gosh. I know a spot that's a dog park and a coffee shop.
so let me get to my calendar and see when I'm gonna plan my trip. Let me check the weather actually, because I'm waiting for things to warm up before I hop back on anybody's plane or car or whatever.
Oh
Definitely
yeah, for sure.
not driving back again.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
But yeah, 2022 spring, I'll be out. Early summer, allergies.
Yeah.
I'll be out there. Just say pollen is everywhere. Okay,
It kills me. It kills me every year.
only one can rule. Edgewood, me or pollen, and it wins every year.
I'm only allergic to Georgia. Like I have no allergies nowhere else I've ever lived except for here, and I'm still not moving.
It's so bad. Everything is just covered in yellow.
Yes, it gets me every year. I've lived in a couple of different states all over U.S.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in California and I lived in Delaware, and only in Georgia do I have allergies.
You were born in California?
Yeah, Monterey, California.
Bye, Nick.
And Donette was also born in San Diego, California.
I know
and we met each other. We both from California. We met in Louisiana. I know, it's romantic. It's sweet.
I can't wait to do a couples episode where I got y'all both on here talking together.
She gonna lie about how awesome I am. She's gonna say things like, "Oh, he's okay."
After 18 years, I think that's her opinion at this point. She'll give me.
She's confused at the way that we met. How she was sweating me. She was all like in my face, like you know what I mean. That's the truth of the matter is she ain't gonna admit it though.
Sir.
Yeah.
You know what? That's been your tale ever since the day I met you. So I'm gonna let you keep that one.
I appreciate it.
No problem. But yeah, thank you. I know it's late out there. It's almost 10. You got a life, you got a family, you got work, you got things to do. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll just catch you on the next one, and I'll let you know when this one is gonna come out. So
hit me up anytime.
I will. I'm gonna start bothering y'all more. You'll see.
Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good night. Tell my family,
Later.
friends I said hi and I love them.
Okay, I'll let them know.
All right. Bye, Nick.